Hello everyone. Today we will start single sideband suppressed carrier modulation, that is SSB-SC modulation. We studied about amplitude modulation and double sideband suppressed carrier modulation in previous class. We studied that the bandwidth required for the amplitude modulation and double sideband suppressed carrier is 2 omega m, where omega m is the frequency of message signal. Okay. So we are sending both the sidebands, means lower sideband as well as the upper sideband in the double sideband suppressed carrier as well as AM system. So both the sideband carry same information. So it may possible that we suppress the carrier and a sideband that can be either upper sideband or lower sideband, or in another word we can say we can send only one sideband, or we can use only one sideband for transmission. It can be either upper sideband or lower sideband. So by this way we can save our bandwidth, okay, because only one sideband it's in. Let's take the spectrum like this. In this only upper sideband it is sent, and this is the if lower sideband is sent. Okay, mathematically we can say that the message signal can be, we take as AM cos omega mt, the carrier we take as AC cos omega ct. The equation of DSB-SC is the AM AC by 2 cos omega c plus omega mt plus AM AC by 2 cos omega c minus omega mt. This is for upper sideband, this is equation for lower sideband. So if we want to send single sideband suppressed carrier system, we can send either upper sideband or lower sideband. So equation can be either this or this. I can write this upper sideband equation or lower sideband equation as cos omega c plus omega mt as cos A cos B minus sin A sin B, cos omega c minus omega mt as cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. I can write sin omega mt as the phase shift of minus pi by 2 to the cosine term. So this can be written as cos omega mt minus pi by 2, this sin omega mt. So we can write this as, this is the Hilbert transform of your message signal, means Hilbert transform provide the minus 90 degree phase shift. Okay. So we can write the equation A or equation B as this equation xt cos omega ct plus minus xht sin omega t ct, where xht is the Hilbert transform of xt. Okay, that message signal. So this is the equation of your single sideband suppressed carrier system. Okay, here we are seeing the positive sign. The positive sign means LSB, negative sign means USB. Because you can see from equation A also that if it has USB and it has positive sign here, it has negative sign here, and if it is LSB, it has negative sign here, it has positive sign here. So in this SSB, positive sign is for LSB and negative sign is for the upper sideband. Okay, got it? Now next point, the bandwidth. As we know from the spectrum, we studied that the bandwidth required in case of SSB-SC is half the bandwidth required by the DSB-SC. You can see from the spectrum also. As we see in both the spectrum, either upper sideband is sent or lower sideband is used for transmission. The bandwidth required in both the cases is omega m. Upper frequency minus lower frequency, that is omega m. Upper frequency minus lower, that is omega m. So the bandwidth required is omega m, which is the half of the bandwidth of DSB-SC system or the AM. Okay, let's come to the power calculation. The power calculation of SSB-SC signal. You know the total power required for the transmission of AM is PT equal to PC 1 plus MA square by 2. It has the carrier power as well as the sideband power. So if we are sending sidebands in DSB-SC, the power required is only PCMA square by 2. Okay, this power is suppressed. Okay, now if we are talking about if we want to send only one sideband, means in SSB-SC, the power required by two sideband is PCMA square by 2. So the power required by one sideband is half of the two sideband. So it is PCMA square by 4, where MA is the modulation index, that is the ratio of the amplitude of message to the amplitude of carrier, and carrier power is AC square by 2. Put these value here, you will get the answer as AM square by 8. Or in another word, we can see from another point of view that the power or the carrier power in case of conventional AM or in case of AM is, when perfect modulation is there, put the value of MA as 1, you will get PT equal to PC 3 by 2. Or you can say the power required by carrier is 2 by 3 of the total power, which is 66.66% of total power. So we can say the sideband power required in case of AM is 33.33% of total power. As we are sending two sidebands, we have two sidebands. So we have the upper sideband and lower sideband. If we want only the one sideband power, this is half of this sideband power, that is 16.66. So you can say you saved this one carrier 16.66 plus 66.66 plus one sideband power. So you are saving 83.33% power of total power approximately in single sideband suppressed carrier. So it required less bandwidth as well as less power as compared to the double sideband suppressed carrier or AM. Okay. Now come towards the advantages. As we studied that the bandwidth required by the SSB system is less as compared to the AM and DSB-SC system. So this is the advantage of SSB-SC. Next, power is an important resource in case of communication. So also power is saved. We study that 83.33% of total power is saved in case of SSB-SC system. Okay. So, and also one of the advantage is less noise is present in SSB. Okay. Now come towards the disadvantages. The disadvantage of SSB system is that generation and detection is complex. We will study in modulation and demodulation about it. Okay. Then the transmitter and receiver should have excellent frequency stability. If there is minute or slight change in the frequency, it affects the quality of the transmitted and received signal. Okay. So if we want to transmit the music, we are not using SSB for this. If we want for the broadcasting, as you know, in broadcasting you need many receivers, and the receiver used in this should be of high quality factor, which is very costly. If we want that much high quality factor receiver, that is very costly, and if we are using more receiver, then the cost increases. Okay. So it is not efficient to use it for broadcasting, but we can use it for speech transmission. Okay. So we can use it for speech transmission. Okay. So this is the disadvantage of SSB-SC. Okay. Now from this we are coming towards the application of SSB-SC. As we know, SSB-SC required low power and less bandwidth. So it is used in application where we require low power or less bandwidth. It is used for land and mobile communication. It is used for military communication. It is used for point-to-point communication. Okay. And it is used for amateur radio communication, or you can say ham radio. Okay. So what is this? Basically it uses the frequency spectrum. It is used for the non-commercial purposes. Okay. It is providing a different band as to, so that we segregate, we differentiate it with the commercial purpose radio spectrums. So it is used for non-commercial purpose, like for the exchange of message, for like you can say the contesting, for emergency communication. So it's a hobby. People basically use ham radios to talk across the town, around the world, or even into the space, all without the internet or cell phones. These are used, you can see in many Hollywood series and Hollywood like movies. So in that they use the like FM, or they use SSB-SC. So FM offers high quality signals, but SSB is used when we are talking about long distance communication, when bandwidth is restricted. We have restricted bandwidth. In that case, we can use the like SSB-SC in ham radios. Okay, that's it for today.